Are you afraid to trust the wrong person? Because what happened in this hospital parking lot will make you question everything you think you know about danger, and about heroes. This is the story of a single moment, a single badge, and a truth that shattered every assumption. They thought he didn't belong. In their eyes, he was an outsider. Someone who didn't fit the picture they had in their minds of who should be there. A black man in a hoodie, just walking through the hospital parking lot. The early morning was quiet, the sky still painted with the last traces of night. A woman grabbed her phone, whispering, "He looks suspicious." Her eyes narrowed, her mind racing with assumptions. She dialed 911 without a second thought. Minutes later, flashing red and blue lights cut through the early morning haze. The calm was shattered by the wail of sirens, echoing off the hospital walls. But what the cops didn't know was that the man they were about to confront was not a threat, but a healer. Was that this suspect had more authority inside that building than any of them. He was the one people turned to in their darkest hour. Dr. Marcus Johnson was exhausted. 12 hours in the ER, patching up gunshot wounds, calming families, racing against the clock to save lives. His hands were steady, his mind sharp, even as fatigue weighed on him. His scrubs were hidden under a simple hoodie. All he wanted was to get to his car and go home. The hoodie was just a shield against the cold, not a disguise. But to some eyes, he didn't look like a doctor. To them, he was just another face that didn't fit their expectations. He looked like a problem, a threat. Someone to be feared, not trusted. A woman pointed, voice rising with accusation. "He doesn't work here! He's probably stealing cars!" Her words carried across the lot, fueling the tension. Within minutes, squad cars screeched to a stop. Tires squealed, doors slammed, and officers rushed out, hands on their holsters. "Hands where we can see them!" an officer barked. The command was sharp, leaving no room for questions. Marcus, confused, raised his hands. His heart pounded, not from guilt, but from disbelief. "I work here," he tried to explain, but the officers weren't listening. His words fell flat, drowned out by suspicion. He was shoved against his own car, cold steel handcuffs snapping tight around his wrists. The humiliation stung more than the metal. People gathered, phones came out. Patients stared out windows. Some recorded, others just watched, silent witnesses to injustice. A black man in cuffs, outside the very hospital where he'd just spent the night saving lives. The irony was lost on those who judged him. A nurse burst through the doors, frantic. "Stop! That's Dr. Johnson! He's our ER physician!" Her voice trembled with urgency, desperate to be heard. But the officer smirked, waving her away. He didn't want to listen, convinced he already knew the truth. "Lady, don't cover for him. We know what we're doing." His words dripped with arrogance, dismissing her concern. Marcus stood tall, steady voice, eyes locked on the officer. He refused to be broken by their doubt. "Check my pocket." They reached in. The moment hung in the air, heavy with anticipation, pulled out his hospital badge, the truth finally, in their hands. Not just any badge, it read, "Chief of Emergency Medicine." The crowd gasped. The realization rippled through everyone watching. The same man they'd called a criminal was the doctor in charge of saving hundreds of their lives every week. The shame was sudden and deep. The hospital was furious. They filed a formal complaint. The administration demanded answers, unwilling to let this go. And by the end of the month, the officer who cuffed him was the one out of a job. Actions have consequences, and this time, justice was served. Stories like this happen every day. In parking lots, in stores, on sidewalks, people are judged before they ever speak a word. It's more than just a mistake, it's a mirror. A reflection of our own biases, our snap judgments, our fears. Who do we see as belonging? Who do we welcome and who do we push away? Who do we see as a threat? And how often are we wrong? If Dr. Johnson's badge changed everything in a split second, what else are we missing? Just because of how someone looks. How many stories go untold? How many talents overlooked? I hope this story makes you think about the power of perception and the cost of prejudice. Because the next life a doctor saves might just be yours. And you may never know who's behind the badge until it's too late to change your mind.